Hello everyone. Today's topic is the world of relations. Well, there are three different aspects that we'll be analyzing today during this video conference. That are very important, all right, because they need to be clarified. Aspect number one. Let's do this. Well, aspect number one is our relation with our planetary body, okay, which is the same as the physical body. Second point or aspect to analyze, to reflect on today, and hopefully during the rest of our present human existence, is our relation with the external world. And aspect number three, point number three, is our relation with ourselves. Unfortunately, the main worries of our current mankind, in the majority of us, in most of us, is the relation with our own physical body. Which is very important, alright? I think this is something already understood. Sometimes our physical body is sick, some other times is healthy, alright? Second one, our relation with the external world. It means all the things associated with our family, with our work, with our businesses, with money, with politics, all the social matters we face daily, right, in our physical world. Anyway, also when we talk about our physical body, we're talking about our external world, because this is part of it anyway. Alright? And the third relationship is the one that doesn't matter at all for most of us. Unfortunately, incredibly but true, we don't care about this relation. This is not essential in the literal meaning of the word for our current mankind. That's why we see and we face daily this incredible degeneration all around the world. Alright? Now let's go a bit deeper with this first relation, our relation with the physical body. Well, here, as it's been told, sometimes this physical body, our physical body, is sick, some other times is healthy, right? It depends on how we are related with it, with our own planetary body, with our physical body, right? Anyway, even the best scientists or doctors of our society, of this entire planet, don't know too much about it, because this physical body is tremendously complicated. Each organization is something that goes much beyond of our comprehension. Alright? So it's necessary to analyze our physical body and to sooner than later understand that this is our temple. Alright? This human machine is something that is a temple. We don't care much about it. Alright? Anyway, it is important for each one of us. Alright? And it's important, sure, without vanities, without prides, but anyway, this is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And remember that our own Holy Spirit is our sexual creative energy. Right? This physical body was created in a sexual intercourse. For us here, sex is something literally sacred. Right? So it's necessary to analyze and to respect it as much as we can. Now, the second relationship is the one with our external world. Here, in our external world, as it's been told, is the one related with our businesses, with our financial matters, with our neighbors, family, politics, social issues, etc., etc. Right? Unfortunately, in most of us, we are almost always victims of the circumstances. We haven't learned yet to create new events. Okay? We are too much, we are like eye by an eye. Right? It's necessary to understand that unfortunately we haven't learned to read consciously the different circumstances in life. Right? If someone is aggressive to us, we answer, we respond to that person in an aggressive way at the same time, right? Most of the times, not always. Obviously, I won't generalize always, but in the majority of us, unfortunately, we are usually victims of the circumstances. It's necessary to learn to transform mechanical reactions. That's why we talk here a lot about something called self-observation and the inner petition to our own Divine Mother to delete all those different type of mechanical reactions represented in all those psychological defects, to react in a wise way, wisely, consciously, right? Because unfortunately, we still are in the external world, in the interaction with others, victims of the different circumstances. It's something with urgency to learn to read in new circumstances, right? Yes, and at the same time is too much people, incapable of adapting themselves, to something or someone, right? Or having true success in life due to this reality, due to our mechanical reactions in life, right? It's necessary to change inside of each one of us that inner mechanicity to origin external different circumstances and events. Right? So, if we are not correctly related with our physical body, it gets sick. Right? And we already know that for sure, but still, we are still, for example, drinking probably much alcohol or doing drugs or doing masturbation to our physical body, etc., etc., etc. Going late to bed, for example, too late, alright? So, many times in our lives, we take our physical body to the extremes in different physical activities. So, with analysis, reflections, probably sooner than later, and this is one of the goals, we'll finally understand that this is a temple. This is a temple. Alright? Now, if we are badly related with our external world, probably we'll have financial problems, debts, that type of interactions with our family, with our neighbors, and so on, right? With, for example, in our neighborhood, we wouldn't have, in fact, a decent and correct relationships, right? That's why we may affirm always here that usually, commonly, we're victims of the circumstances. If we transform ourselves, we'll definitely transform our own relationship first with our own physical body, because we'll learn to respect it, and then our interaction with the society will be objective, wise, nice, correct, positive. Right? Unfortunately, we don't care about it, the relation with ourselves, and this is the most important one. Firstly, for our own esoteric work, the relation with ourselves. The third one, the less important, the one that we don't care about, but the most important, to transform our external reality. Well, let's do something here. Well, relation with ourselves. Well, if we are bad related with ourselves, we'll be suffering too much for lacking of interior or inner enlightenment. Right? That's why if we suffer a lot with ourselves due to lack of enlightenment, it's necessary to learn to connect our mind with the superior centers of our own inner being. When we talk about that urgency, that need, the superior centers, the higher centers of our own inner being are located physically nowadays in our pituitary gland and pineal gland. Establishing this correct connection with these two glands, right? Connecting our mind to these two glands, the rest of our relations daily will change for sure, right? Now, how we can connect our mind, connect ourselves with our outer glands? Well, let's say something else. I'm going to delete this information here, the one about the previous two informations, types of relations. physical body and external world. External dimension, physical dimension, excuse me. I'm going to write it here, delete it here. Let's put it this way. Since in the angle of the esoteric work, we should know with which one of all these three different aspects we are lacking, right? Having into account that the most important one is the relationship with ourselves, right? So, with the balance of the magnetic centers, it means psychological death gradually, little by little, as much as we can daily. Our suffering will finish gradually, grain by grain, literally, little by little, daily. When we affirm here, when we say here this term to all of us, we are talking about changing the way we feel and the way we think. As long as we continue with the same way we think and the same way we feel, never our external life, and firstly our inner life, our intimate life, which is the most important one, will change. Never ever. The way we think and the way we feel. By organizing our psychology, our emotions, eliminating, deleting our lower emotions, changing the way we think, thanks to self-observation and psychological death, with that inner petition to our Divine Mother mentally from the bottom of our hearts, as much as we can during the day, hopefully from instant to instant, but we know that this is a process, a long process, full of infinite patience. Gradually we'll feel the change inside. We'll be feeling different. And gradually, little by little, the connection, thanks to the balance of our magnetic centers. We have inside of each one of us, physically, in our physical body, 5 lower magnetic centers. If we gradually, we achieve the balance of our magnetic centers by eliminating, through the elimination of the different sufferings we carry inside, represented in all those psychological defects, will establish gradually the inner enlightenment. But the clue here is, first of all, to apply the psychological death, to establish the connection with our pituitary and pineal gland. Using wisely our sexual creative energy, we'll get this connection sooner than later. But it depends on our own discipline, of our own perseverance in the process of deleting, of eliminating our psychological defects. Right? Unfortunately, here when we talk about the esotericism, many people, a lot of people, millions of people all around the world are trying to follow usually powers and faculties. And many of them, not all of them, but many of them, if many of them don't achieve them, all those powers or faculties, unfortunately, they give up of their own psychological work. Right? The most important here, when we talk about real and authentic esotericism, is to put peace in our hearts. That's all about when we talk about the relationship with ourselves. Peace in our hearts and in others' hearts. Right? Because this is not only about getting and achieving our own peace in our hearts, but in others' hearts at the same time. Alright? Powers and faculties are a decision of our own inner Father. He makes the decision of giving us powers and faculties only when He sees we are mature spiritually. We have the minimum level of being to receive all those powers and faculties in order to use them wisely. But the most important thing here for us is to organize our mind and delete all those lower emotions. Alright? And gradually, little by little, grain by grain, with authentic patience, discipline, and perseverance in the work of the psychological death, will feel different. We'll see how the way we think is not the same as it used to. And how the way we feel at the same time is gradually becoming something different. Alright? And the connection with the pituitary gland to receive the higher emotions of our own inner being, and the connection with the pineal gland to receive the higher intellectual concepts, arguments of our own inner being will be a reality. Alright? Deleting all those fears, resentments, rancors, all those called lower emotions, will have the right, will deserve to receive the higher dimensions of our pituitary gland. Deleting all those worries, concepts, ideas, even about all these topics, all that continuous thinking from instant to instant daily, will be deserving gradually, little by little, the right of receiving, all those superior thoughts, the superior thoughts of our own inner being, that came and come, in fact, from the pineal gland. Pituitary gland, higher emotions, and pineal gland, higher thoughts. Right? But first of all, it's necessary to change the way we think and the way we feel currently. And this is a matter of psychological death. In the deepest parts of our own psyche is ready our own Divine Mother to cure our hearts. We talk about our Divine Mother in ancient cultures. They talked about her as, for example, the Egyptian Isis, the Stella Maris, and also the Aztec financing, all those ancient cultures, authentic civilizations, they knew all this about esotericism. All those good people, wise people, firstly eliminated, deleted all their psychological defects to connect themselves with the pituitary and the pineal gland, with the superior parts of our own inner being, to change their societies, the rest of the mankind of our own solar system, people in Venus, Jupiter, Ganymedes, Mars, and so on, they, since a long time ago, already connected themselves with their own pituitary and pineal glands. That's why their external works, their societies, right, their social organizations are almost perfect. That's why they do live in harmony. Right? They don't need alarms. They don't need police, armies, because they already live in harmony. But the first work is with ourselves. Now, some questions just to finish this video conference, this topic. These are questions to reflect on. Number one, how is my relation currently? How is my relation with my physical body? How is my relationship with my physical body? Am I sick? Am I healthy? Why? Question number two. How am I related or associated with others? Question number three. How is my relation with the planet, with the nature? Currently, nowadays, how is my relation with the Earth planet, with our nature? Am I in harmony with my house, which is the Earth planet? And final question, the most important one, to reach in new circumstances here. How is my relation with my own inner being? Am I close to my own inner being? Am I far from my own inner being? Let's be sincere, let's be honest. If this relation is correct, the rest of the relations in my external life are the same. Alright? Necessary to look after the planet. This is our house. This is our temple. And this is the most important thing in life. This is the clue to change our societies. Eliminating entirely our whole ego is possible to change our planet without justifications, without excuses. Ego is the cause of all sufferings externally and internally. Thank you very much for attending this new video conference. Have a great day and, well, see you. Bye.